Alright, well, we had a few days off, and now we're back to building on the facade. Guess what we forgot? To glue it to the wood, just to give it that extra stability so that it couldn't possibly get ripped off the frame. Yeah, so those two are already done, and now to do the rest that we finished before continuing on with the rest. Well, I finished screwing this one together. We ran out of these caps to stop it from going all the way in, but used up all the liquid nails. That's okay. That one was an older one, and I wanted to use it all up, so we need to go get more. Alrighty, well, there's a little bit of a dilemma here. We have ran out of these plastic caps that we're using to stop the screws from going all the way, like, you know, too far into the foam. So, dug this out of the garbage, and I'm going to use some shears and try and cut some similar holes, because it's not as thick as those are, but maybe it'll still work. Well, this is the final day I'm going to be able to work this week. Unfortunately, been slacking. It has been so cool this weekend, and I haven't done nearly as much as I wanted to, which sucks because this is probably going to be the last cool weekend ever before the haunt opens. So, let's get to work. Getting the entrance painted to match the front of the house. And all of the pieces that are going to be accent trim are cut from this particular piece. This one was 4 by a little bit more than 4 feet. And then I also have these, which are the 8-foot pieces. I'm not going to cut these yet, just to see what I need first. The style of this house is funky, but I love the character. So this is what those little trim pieces are for. First test of attaching the two panels together. I think it looks pretty darn good. Still eventually going to cut out that spot right there for the TV, but it is looking fantastic.
Fantastic.
And it's not attached all the way, so I gotta do a little bit of cleanup, but it's got the bolts going through the top and bottom so that they can easily be attached and detached. Who invited you?
What?
And then we were also testing out the corners and just leaning it back a little bit to show this part. This is where they will meet. Looks pretty darn good. It's pretty awesome, I think. Obviously, still got some carving to do and adding of those foam strips for detail down there. But I did not realize one thing about working with this pink foam is the pre-score lines are murder on attempting to not snap it in half. And then this is unfortunately what the corners are going to look like. We'll figure out something to put here. Not 100% sure yet. So these two are attached together. The foam, I was not really taking that into account. And so these have to go in pretty far, actually, further than this, just to... It needs to basically go all the way to the wood, so I'm going to have to make this deeper so that I can get these in. This right here is all that's sticking out with that particular foam. So like I said, we're gonna have to make the hole a little bit deeper, but they're very nice. I write which ones go with which ones, which I'm also going to do on these panels here. So I'm excited. Hopefully next week I will have the rest of the ones that we have here finished, and we can actually test them out in the front to see how they look. And just because I'm impatient and got so excited about doing all this, I put these on the top. I have a bunch of these left over from years. I used to use them around tombstones. I think they're going to look great, especially since this part is 8 feet off the ground. So it's more like, that's what you'll see. Oh, it's beautiful. Wonderful, wonderful. And this is only 3 of them. I've got a lot more down there. Ooh,